But our first speaker today is Paul Riley from Transition Liverpool, and Paul's going to talk about building community resilience through imagination and collaboration. Paul.
Thanks. Hello. Make sure I can see my screen because I'm prompted by my slides today. Hi, so my name is Paul. I am one of the directors of Transition Liverpool CIC. That's a community interest company. So I'm also the network coordinator and the project lead for Sparky, which is one of our projects. Slide. I believe our next slide is about what is a community. So obviously a community is a group of people or an organisation that has some sort of common values or some sort of commonality thread that runs between it. You can see a number of different options here in terms of how you would like to describe it. I think the main thing about it is though that a community can give a lot of power to the individuals. Transition Network is a global community of people who try and work in a local area to support people to move away from fossil fuels. We've got the Transition Northwest Hub and a lot of transition organisations throughout Liverpool and the Liverpool City region. Rob Hopkins, our co-founder, says that if we wait for government, it will be too little too late, but if we act as individuals, it will be too little. So if we act as communities, it may just be enough, and may just be just in time. So the way that we act in our community, we've got 3 different main projects at the moment in Transition Liverpool. We've got Climate Cafes, the Mersey Green Map, and Spark in Liverpool. Climate Cafes is around your emotional resilience and emotional health of the community. So there's a lot of climate anxiety, particularly people who work in these organisations and in these sort of fields. We're asking people, what is your emotional response to climate emergency and to climate change? It's supported by the Climate Psychology Alliance, and that's sort of the approach that we use. At the moment, we're doing the Midnight Gallery on a regular basis. So these are regular sessions. There's no pressure to take action at the end of it. We don't have outcomes. It's a safe space for people to actually just talk about things and build their own resilience, advice-free, so we're not actually going there and preaching to you. We're trying to equip people to come in, have a safe space, and then go out and be more energised to do their own thing, continue on their work. Spark at Liverpool asks the question, what is a parking space when it is not a parking space? So it doesn't necessarily need to be a place to dump your 4x4. It could be a park, it could be an art gallery, it could be a golf, exhibition. It could be anything you want. We've got a couple of options here. We've been working with architects on some design. So this is the design for a winter garden outside the pen factory on Hope Street, which we're trying to get sorted. And over here on the left-hand side is just a bit more generic design to show how we can work things. So we've created this opportunity here to have people use this modular system that we've built and designed by architects. A bit like Minecraft, you can drag and drop all different bits. You've got greenery, you've got seating, and it can go on pavements or it can go on roads. So we've got some more sort of advanced designs here. We've got some lovely wooden pergolas, so you can have these. There's a bit of a seating area, a dining area, a pop-up cafe, and performance space. As I say, we're working on trying to get these across Liverpool at the moment. Mersey Green Map is probably the one that brings all these things together and underpins it. If you're local, you're fair, you're ethical, and you're green, we want to know about you and we want to push people in your direction. We want people to be able to spend their money and spend their time in a way that supports building the solidarity economy, supports their own aims. I've got 128 and counting entries on the Mersey Green Map at the moment, as you can see. That's a screenshot from our website. You can go on there and zoom in and out and just see where you want to go. So if you want to, I'm sure it might run, if not, it should be nil. So we support networking, we keep money local and we support the alternative economy. Keeping money local is one of the most important things, and if you have to spend it in, some of your large multinationals, 70 pence that goes offshore straight away. If you spend that in a local organisation, you support the bills and taxes in the local area. We do map jams in the local area, so we recently did one in LA, so we get local people to give us their expertise about things that could be on the map. We make a list of that, and then we go on to use our Mersey Green Map champions to actually go out and speak to these people in the local areas, tell them about what the Mersey Green Map is, and ensure that they can actually sign up easily and people can access it and help to promote that service. I'm a bit too quick for my slides. So the future. What we're after is to support that solidarity economy. We want to see in 10, 15 years' time a thriving, connected small business and third sector. We want to empower communities and a resilient city region, and we do that by being open, we share our projects and supporting other people with their projects. So what we need in order to get to where we want to be is we need people to speak to us. We want to share our projects and we want people to volunteer. If you want to volunteer for our project, we have opportunities available at the moment, but we're also looking for people to bring us their ideas. So current opportunities include comms, we've got websites, socials, newsletters, We're looking for bid writers and fundraisers, MGM champions, project managers. If you know anyone who's interested or has any of those types of skills, then please send them our way so we can have a chat to them. But also we want to know what you care about. If you've got a passion, you want to start something, speak to us. We're not going to do it for you. Transition is a bureaucracy, but we do have the skills to help network and get you to where you want to be, support you to achieve your goal and bring people together towards your working group. And there's nothing else. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, there we are. We normally get an exciting match slide at the end. Thanks very much, Paul. We'll take a seat and we'll take some questions at the end, and also give us the chance to share their contact details again at the end to make sure everyone can get in touch. But our second speaker now is Belinda Tyrrell, and Belinda is going to talk about co-production of clean and inclusive growth, approaches for community participation